How's everybody doing tonight? Good. Great. How good? No, I'm just kidding. Hi, I'm Joe Plant, and before I begin, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for joining at home, here in person. I put a lot of heart. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. I put love into my passion, into my craft, and I just want to say thank you. Do you know what's scary and hard? Trying to find a place to call home during a housing crisis. Not just four walls, but a place that is warm, safe, and inviting. Maya Angelou once said, "The safe place, the ache for home lives in all of us. The safe place where we can go as we are and not to be questioned." Everyone deserves to be at home, to feel at home, and to feel safe. Did you know that in Toronto, the average housing price is over $1.1 million? For young people, that's unimaginable. Prices are soaring, and wages are dropping or stagnating. And people? Well, people are struggling to just live. New generations are asking, if home ownership is not possible, then what can we do? I wish I could walk out on this stage, just like Oprah. You get a home. You get a home. Look under your chairs. No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, that's not the reality. The housing crisis is forcing young Canadians, young people, to rethink the idea of owning a traditional house, a home. They are finding creative ways to adapt. Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 brilliant solutions that will solve the housing crisis. We'll also explore how Indigenous models have embodied community since time immemorial, offering inspiration and guidance in today's challenging market. As someone who works in Indigenous-led housing and development, I know the challenges firsthand, beginning with my own as a 14-year-old. When people ask me what I know about housing, what I like to say first is, I know what it's like to not have housing. So come back in time with me. 2008, financial crisis. The world is being rocked, and housing shortages are crazy high. My family moved up to Calgary, at the time, the big city, for more opportunities. But when we got there, there was nothing to rent. There was a housing shortage. Fortunately, my parents are brilliant. My dad's strategy: move to a campground, live in tents, on the outskirts of Calgary during summer, still in the city. And he made it great. We all had our different tents. We had electricity, we had water. I had a gaming system inside my tent. I learned how to play guitar in that tent. He even got us golf putters so we could play the mini golf course all summer long. My brother Zachy and I, my baby boy, we would fish out the colored golf balls surrounding the water on the courses, and we would play all summer long. We're still really phenomenal at mini golf, by the way. But yeah. So I remember one day in the fall, I went to school. Oh no, one day, a news crew showed up at the campsite, and they stuck their cameras into the tent, into my tent. And we were on the news. Calgarians can't find housing, so they're resorting to live at campgrounds. It was a wild experience. And so I remember going to school in the fall, beginning of fall, and a teacher came up to me, and he was like, "Joe, are you okay? I saw you in the news." And I said, "That wasn't me. I was so embarrassed. And this is the first time I'm telling that story. And the reason why I'm telling it now is because now I can see that my dad created an experience that was safe, that it felt like home. And so, yeah, later that fall, we found our home and we lived there for 10 years. He loved the area so much that he moved a block away and he lives there now. So that's all good. That's happy. But yeah, that experience shaped my approach to housing development and inspired my work in housing. It was an incredible experience. Indigenous communities and other communities have adapted to similar challenges generation after generation after generation. Today, we are in another crisis, and I'm seeing that same brilliance all around me. The same adaptability is what millennials and Gen Zs are embracing to solve the housing crisis for themselves. And so, people are embracing these three strategies. 1, co-living and co-owning. 2, tiny homes and modular living. And 3, remote work and geographic flexibility. It's nice to be limber on stage. But yeah, so 1, co-living and co-owning. Imagine sharing a home with friends or family, splitting the costs and sharing and supporting each other's needs. An example from Vancouver is showing co-housing and co-living spaces popping up everywhere, where people can rent private rooms, but they share living areas, co-working spaces, and even community kitchens. These homes build a stronger sense of community. Under the co-housing light model, a group of people come together and they choose each other. And then they partner with a trusted developer, and then they go and acquire land, and they build and construct this building in a way that helps neighbors connect more freely. It's beautiful, to be honest with you. And so, yeah, there are social benefits gained from building these types of supportive communities, such as taking care of each other's children, cooking dinner with each other, and sharing tools and resources. High mortgages and high rents are a growing concern and problem for all of us. Co-living and co-owning reduces these costs drastically. 2, tiny homes and modular living. So, tiny homes, they offer affordability and flexibility. And modular homes offer customization and are eco-friendly. These additional dwelling units, or ADUs, are being built as second homes on main residences to offset the housing crisis. For those that don't have a main residence, they're choosing tiny homes. And they're becoming more and more popular. And we're seeing tiny home communities growing all across North America. Modular units, which could be moved, expanded, or adapted, are also becoming popular, affordable options for single people, couples, and families. And even some modular homes can be moved to different locations, offering even more flexibility. Imagine your dream home, your forever home. You design it down to the ground and how you want it to look. You can move that to a different locale. That's pretty cool, pretty flexible. That's a flex. Just kidding. So A 30-year mortgage is no longer that attractive. It's no longer that attractive. Do you still have a problem with living with people that you don't know and want more privacy? Or do you simply want less debt commitments and more freedom? Tiny homes and modular living could be a worthy option for you. And now 3, finally, remote work and geographic flexibility. Remote work is on the rise. It skyrocketed during COVID. We know this. People are migrating out of city centers to places where it's more affordable, resulting in a lower cost of living. A lower cost of living. That's phenomenal. And so people are leveraging remote work. And as an example, people that still have jobs in urban centers can still commute into those city centers if they need to. For example, people coming into Toronto can commute from Mississauga, Guelph, or Barrie. And so people leveraging remote work and geographic flexibility, even living abroad, can drastically reshape your situation. Lastly, I found a brilliant parallel between Indigenous housing models and current co-housing solutions. Indigenous housing models, embody community in co-housing. And a welcome surprise, past TED Talk speaker, Grace Kim, shout out Grace, shows that community builds through co-housing. And co-housing can lead to us being happier and live longer lives. Now, here are 3 actions that you all can take. Whether you're in the market for a new living situation, you're being affected by the housing market, you know somebody being affected by the housing market, or you just want to support these affordable alternatives. So 1, advocate. Advocate for affordable alternatives. 2, explore. Explore co-living and co-owning. 3, embrace minimalism and that flexibility I was talking about. So 1, advocate. Advocate for alternative solutions. Support policies and developments that make affordable projects a priority. This means getting behind tiny home zoning changes, supporting affordable housing projects, and recognizing safe co-living arrangements as legitimate options in urban planning. Supporting those searching for solutions like these can mean the difference between living a fulfilling life and homelessness in 2025. 2, explore co-living and co-ownership. If you're looking for housing, consider living with trusted people. It's a way for you to build community and connection with those around you. There are platforms and real estate agents navigating through this right now today, and they can help you guide you through this process. My best friend Dylan in Calgary and his brother and girlfriend did this exact same thing, and through this co-owning solution, they were able to get their first home. It's amazing. And finally, action number 3, embrace minimalism and flexibility. Lastly, think about how living with less can give you more freedom. Adopting a minimalist lifestyle or choosing smaller modular homes. Choosing smaller modular homes or adopting minimalist lifestyle can give you more flexibility. And that flexibility means freedom from high mortgages and financial constraints, relieving the stress on your soul. Taking action on these 3 pieces can lead to succeeding on your terms. Now, we all love success, and we all love solutions. So why do these solutions work? And how do we define that success? Well, one, these solutions work not just because they are affordable, but because they foster community, sustainability, and flexibility. And these three values are the glue that holds these solutions together and makes them work. I'm just kidding. It makes them work. As for success isn't about just owning a traditional house. What's most important is finding a place that feels like home. Do you guys feel like home? Like you're at home here? Yes. Finding a place that feels like home is the most important thing. Remember what Maya Angelou said. The safe place where we can go. Remember how my dad made living in a tent feel like home. Safe. Fun and adventurous, of course, but safe. Define success as connection, security, and freedom, rather than ownership alone. So, when I began, I mentioned the overwhelming cost of housing in cities. It's easy to feel powerless against these rising prices, but I truly hope that these stories can show you there are ways to move forward, that you can find a way to hope. Millennials and Gen Zs all of you are proving that we can find a way, that we can find new solutions, and that we don't have to follow traditional pathways to feel safe and secure. And so, let's embrace these new pathways, not just because they're cost effective, but because these three solutions and these three actions can come together and create community housing models where everybody can have a home. Everybody can have a home. My name is Joe Plant, and just like my parents and all of you, I'm looking for brilliant solutions. Let's solve the housing crisis together. Thank you.